I am Rebecca Matthias, your intuitive success coach. And this week's video tip is about how to move from overwhelm to clarity and then to focus. So for those of you who are feeling overwhelmed right now, as a business owner and as a woman, we tend to have a lot of different things that are pulling on us at any given moment throughout the day. And that can feel really overwhelming. And I'm not sure about you, but I know for me in particular, if I feel overwhelmed, I tend to shut down, and overwhelm for me will lead to inaction. But I want to share something with you that I think is really critical. If you are in overwhelm, don't get discouraged, because overwhelm does lead to focus. Eventually, you will weed things out and you will get some clarity. But the thing about that is that sometimes you can get from overwhelm to clarity, and now that you have this new vision and you know what you're going to spend your time on and what you're going to do next in your business, you might not have the focus. You might be distracted. So that takes a lot of self-discipline, as well as the right support from a support group or a leadership program, or even just a private one-on-one mentorship. So I want to share with you what I do when I'm in this situation, because I've been hearing this a lot from my clients lately. When you're in the place of overwhelm, a lot of times what I do and what I coach my clients to do is what I call mind dumping. And so just take out a piece of paper and write everything down in your head. Sometimes just getting it out is incredibly healing in and of itself. So once you get it out all on paper, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to separate things. And you could even do this ahead of time. If you have a piece of paper, draw a line down the center and put professional goals or professional tasks or anything that's on your mind that has to do with business or professional stuff, put on that left-hand side. And everything with the personal stuff you would put on the right-hand side. And it's actually a illusion or a misunderstanding that multitasking, because as women we've been doing that for a pretty darn long time, multitasking, you get more done. They've actually done studies over the past decade, and they've discovered that being laser focused on one task allows you to be more productive, and it also allows you to get more done. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So after you do the mind dump, then you can go back through and look at what lights you up in your business. What are you most excited about doing first, and start to prioritize. So you can put numbers on each of those things. And certainly there are going to be some tasks on those lists that are the dreaded tasks, the ones that you've been putting off for a long time that you don't enjoy doing. And I have to let you know, they take up a lot of psychological energy. So recently I had a client who cleaned out his closet and cleaned out his home, and it freed up so much creative energy, and he's just been on this great path with a lot of momentum, and so many brilliant things have been happening for him. So it's been really exciting to watch that happen. So what you're doing right now in the overwhelm and the lack of clarity is you're getting your mental clutter out. So you're cleaning out your mental clutter by doing a good mind dumping and getting clear on what's going to move you forward the fastest or what you're most passionate about. So one way to do this is when you come into your office, you want to have an opening ritual and you want to have a closing ritual. So what do you do when you first come into your office? Do you come into like piles everywhere and feel kind of distracted and you're not sure what to do? And then at the end of the day, do you just leave things where they are? Do you have lots of windows up on your computer, for example, and piles of papers everywhere? You want to have a closing ritual, and you want to get focused on what you're going to do next. So I'm going to show you some of the cards that I use to help me get really focused. And I'm actually going to be creating these cards into a product very soon. So what I do, and I don't know if you can even see this, I'm going to move it up, is this is organize card. And just for example, there's a couple of different things. It might be going through your piles, or getting focused, or prioritizing tasks in a list, which we just talked about. And one of the other things is program content and creation, and looking at what are you creating in your business. And here's another card. This is social media. Sometimes we can get sucked in to social media. And here's another one that some people like to avoid, which is money. So these are just some of the cards that I use, and I go through them on a regular daily basis, and I look at which one do I need to put my attention to right now, And so that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's not just what you're passionate about and that's all you ever do. There are tasks that sometimes are not enjoyable. Some people might not like social media, but in order to reach out and expand and connect with more people to create clients, that might be something that you need to do in your business prior to taking your business to the next level. So write these different subjects down and look at batching. So what can you do? If you're working on your newsletter, for example, you can do 3 newsletters in a row. A lot of times I will do videos 2 or 3 days in a row and then go in and get it set up in my one shopping cart so that it's all energy focused in the same thing and I'm not being distracted. I shut my mail off. I might turn my phone ringer off. I don't do coaching on those days. So to help you get laser focused, those are some brilliant $1 million ideas that I usually only share with my clients. And again, make sure you're getting support through this because a lot of times you can set this up for success. And if you don't have that support and accountability, you're probably going to sabotage yourself. So leave your comments below. I want to know how you get focused. What stops you from being productive? And I want you to answer those questions in the comments below so that we can start a great conversation here and help each other out. So again, what do you do to get focused? And what keeps you in distraction mode? What keeps you from being productive? Thank you so much for tuning in for this week's video tip, and I hope you have a great rest of the week.